Hello, writers. Happy Friday. Today, you are going to gather more information for your opinion on should there be zoos, and we are going to collect more evidence and generate a plan for writing. So, I have the curriculum website up, and here I wanted to point out to you that you have your directions, and there's a couple here, so I'm going to make sure that you understand what each part is. So, step one would be to watch the mini lesson video on planning your writing, which is this video, what you're watching. The second step would be to read this article, Are Zoos Bad News? And I've linked it here, and I've also linked it in another assignment. In order to be a strong opinion writer, we need to make sure that we also do a little bit of research, as I mentioned before. So I've added another article, and it's a short article, but this is going to give you two sides again, and you might even find some more specific evidence here to support your reasoning. So that's why I've added this, because we want to make sure that we aren't just looking at one piece of information, we're looking at multiple. Once you've read that article, I've also linked the previous article that you used the other day on Seesaw. And when you click here, just so that you have it, in case you need it for your activity, it's easily accessible to you. This is where you're also going to want to reference both of these articles so that you can support your opinion with evidence. You can also use your assignment that you completed on Seesaw that looked like this, where you wrote down the yes or no, because today you're going to actually decide which part of the debate you're on, which side of the debate you're on, and you're going to provide some evidence. So once you have that there, you're going to use this Google document link that'll ask you to make a copy, which you'll label it last name, opinion writing, and you can share it with your teacher. Since this document is going to be ongoing, it's important that you put it in your writing folder in Drive. So let me show you what this would look like. I'm going to click here. It's going to ask me to make a copy. And once I'm in here, you'll see a document that looks like this with further directions. And I'm going to delete this and put my last name. And you can keep the opinion writing document title there, and then I'm going to share it with my teacher. Now that we have it, and then to make sure that you have it in the right folder, you can click on this little folder up here, find your 4th grade work folder, and put it right here in your writing folder. You can hit move, and it'll place it in there. So your opinion planning assignment is on the debate, should animals be kept in zoos? I've given you some of the other directions. So are zoos good or bad? That's the link to the article, like I mentioned before, also linked in 4th grade. So it's in multiple places. Use your reasons and evidence from the article and activities should these elephants be in the zoo. That was from the assignment that you did on Seesaw to have handy. And it says use the T chart below to state your 2 to 3 most important reasons on the left side, and the T chart below to provide support for your reasons using specific information from the texts. And that will be on the right side. So here's what it would look like. And then the first one's been done for you as an example. So this document, this is where you're going to record your answers here. My opinion is, I think animals should or should not be in zoos. And you're going to provide with us with a specific reason. A reason could look like this from the articles. Well, my opinion is that animals should not be kept in zoos. Reason 1, the conditions are not like they would be in the wild. That's a reason, but now to really reinforce that, I need to make sure that I have evidence from the text. So what I had to do is I had to go back into the text and see what information would support that the conditions are not like they would be in the wild. So what I found here, I found that life in the zoos is very hard, especially for large animals. Elephants roam up to 30 miles a day in large groups, and zoos cannot provide that. They use treadmills when it's too cold for animals to go outside. Many animals do not like this. Okay, so notice that I didn't just have one sentence here. I was able to come up with a little bit more, and I got this information directly from the text. I'm able to type that in. I have some numbers, 30 miles. Um, I also have another line that talks about the treadmills to really reinforce that the conditions walking on the treadmill is in no way, shape, or form the same as being able to roam in the wilderness. So I'm going to come up with another 1 to 2 more reasons. I should have at least 2 to support my ideas, and I would put it in my next box. I gave you just 1 because I want to make sure that you're coming up with your own ideas in case you're on the same side as me. So once you look at my example, this is where you're going to record your information. Should animals be kept in zoos? And you will type in your reason and your specific evidence. Then you're going to need to do another reason and specific evidence. And if you have a third reason, which would be awesome, be going above and beyond, you can add that here. And then just making sure that you have it all shared with your teacher. And then once we have your reasons and evidence, we're going to move to the next phase, which now we can start writing our introduction with our thesis and start really elaborating and building out our paragraph. So this is part of the planning phase. So please be sure to follow all the directions and make sure you reference the materials that have been provided for you. All right, writers, off you go.